Alright guys, so Skeptic Satirist here. Now this is just going to be a short little video about something that Trump has been saying for a little bit in his campaign, and now he's trying to act on it, and it's just no bueno. So Trump is saying he's going to eradicate the Johnson Amendment. And for those of you who don't know, the Johnson Amendment is an amendment that added to the tax code that any 501c3 organization can't endorse or oppose any political candidate. Now, 501c3 are like non-profit organizations like churches and things of that nature, and like the Richard Dawkins Foundation. So that's what that is. Now, so the possible outcomes of this aren't very good. So if Trump succeeds in this, we're going to have division of churches, which is like Republican churches and then Democratic churches, and that's just people would be going to them for certain things, like if they agree with the Republican side or the Democratic side, and then you get even more division of church and all churches and that, which is kind of good because then it like weakens the church system. But then again, that's not separation of church and state, because allowing a church to endorse a political candidate is not separation of church and state. That's actually the opposite. That combines them. And then of course churches can influence your decisions just like mass media, but people tend to listen to churches more because they're better. So if they are going to eradicate this amendment, then that means all 501c3 organizations are going to have to pay taxes now. Now with churches who get out of like $86 billion of just tax exemption, that would be good, because the food stamp cost in the US right now is $76 billion. So that would pay for that. But then again, all the other nonprofit organizations like museums and foundations and scientific things like that, they would also have to pay taxes. So things like the CFI, the Center for Inquiry organization, and the Richard Dawkins Foundation might have to pay taxes now because they're 501c3 organizations. Now, the CFI and the Richard Dawkins Foundation have actually partnered and are trying to improve the secular mindset in the US right now, and in the world in general. So I'm actually going to link them in the description if you guys want to go check them out. You can become a member like me. It's just something to really support the secular mindset, and if you guys are open to that, I'd highly recommend supporting them. So really, just stop Trump with this. Like, do whatever you can. Social media, post about it. Do what you can to stop Trump from passing this, because if the Johnson Amendment gets eradicated, as Trump says it's going to, then we don't have separation of church and state. And when you don't have separation of church and state, you get the church burning people at the stake for not believing in what they believe. Now, a modern day example of that is the Middle East. A lot of the Middle East government is controlled by Islam, and we can see how much of an impact that's had on the world. So please do whatever you can. If you like this video, go ahead and thumb it up. If you didn't like it, go ahead and thumb it down. It's up to you, and as always, subscribe. Alright guys, so obviously this video is about my problems with the separation of church and state. It really needs to be clear that the US is not a religious establishment or anything of that sort. Yes, we have freedom of religion, but that doesn't mean our government needs to be controlled by religion. Like Mike Pence going to that rally and talking about God and all the preaching at the inauguration, this type of stuff needs to stop. And even in schools, that's where a lot of the separation of church and state issues come into play. So we really need to work on getting the separation of church and state down. So if you guys want to see more of my videos, I'll have some linked here. And as always, subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Thanks for watching.